Finn Balor just reignited a very interesting conversation, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out what's new with Seth Rollins, Dominik, and more. Starting things off with Finn Balor and some recent events that happened there. Finn Balor is currently in the middle of a very intense storyline on Monday Night Raw, including the Judgment Day, where he portrays a very devious and evil persona. But as a part of the NXT Homecoming show at Full Sail University, WWE put Finn Balor on the card, so that he can make a special appearance back at his original WWE stomping grounds of Full Sail. Finn appeared on NXT to interrupt Lexis King, and surprisingly portrayed a babyface for this special one-off appearance for the NXT Homecoming. Not only was he a babyface, Finn Balor came out to his original WWE theme music, and also gave arm gestures with the crowd as well during his entrance. The reaction to hearing Finn's original music was a big surprise to the community. This theme song was not used by Finn in several years, so it was a massive hit of nostalgia to hear that music again. Finn reacted to the NXT Homecoming moment himself across his social media platforms, talking about how good that moment felt. Not only that, but Finn's original Demon shirt has been restocked, and there's been a rise in popularity for Finn's Demon puppet that he used a few times in AAA wrestling. So, with this massive fan reaction to Finn's original music and the buzz surrounding things referencing the Demon persona, such as the puppet, it really has fans wondering if a Demon Finn Balor return could be on the table. It's something that fans have theorized a lot about over the last few years. Fans always found a little something to try and pull a Demon Finn Balor there out from, but obviously none of those theories have stuck. The last time Finn Balor used the Demon persona was back at WrestleMania 39 in a losing effort to Edge. So we're about to enter year 3 since Finn's Demon persona last made an appearance, and fans are feeling a bit mixed about a return. You got some fans who like the Demon persona, but are kind of glad that it hasn't been brought back, because the usage of the Demon persona has been very poor in recent memory. The Demon originally started off as this next level alter ego for Finn Balor. If he was facing adversity and a challenge that was hard for him to overcome, he would bring out the Demon persona to help him try and swing the odds in his favor. But the Demon lost a bit of his magic because his last few matches have featured losses and some very big logic-related issues. The most recent usage of this persona in 2023 gets ripped apart by fans, because they don't understand why Edge had to pick up that win, especially when Edge himself was on the way out of WWE just a few months after that match with Finn. So, fans feel like if Edge was wrapping up with the company, maybe it would have been better to give the Demon that big win on the WrestleMania stage. And then before that, the Demon was used in 2021 to face Roman Reigns. Although the match was booked, it looked like they wrote themselves into a corner of needing to protect both Roman and the Demon. So that match featured the rope mysteriously snapping on the Demon Finn Balor, leading him to ultimately lose the match. So although the Demon still has a lot of popularity and hype around him, fans look at those last few matches he was featured in, and they get a little nervous about how the Demon's usage would look like in current day. Will they finally be able to get the Demon right this time around, or will there be another questionable direction like his last few matches? That's the scariest part about a big return for the Demon. Would it make sense, and does it fit within this storyline? If the answer is yes, then by all means, maybe a Demon return would work. But if the answer is no to either of those questions, then yeah, maybe it would not be the best idea to bring it back. Even in the last few interviews where Finn gets questioned about the Demon's return, he often states the same thing. He says he likes his heel persona and feels like he can portray better storytelling with his normal self, rather than a painted-up Demon persona. And if the Demon was to appear in current day, who would be the biggest opponent for him? Well, it feels like Dominik Mysterio is the only logical answer to that question. There's been a lot of tension building up there between Finn and Dominik all year long. So if the payoff to all this tension of Finn bringing back the Demon is to take care of Dominik, that could be a very interesting route to go in. So keep a close eye on Finn Balor and for more eventual hints and teases there. For a while now, Dominik has been going around declaring himself not only as the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, but also the greatest Mysterio of all time. And Dominik has accomplished a lot of great things in his young career, but when your father is the legendary Rey Mysterio, and you're claiming to be the greatest Mysterio of all time, it's definitely a comment that gets people to turn their heads. Well, during a recent appearance on Club 520, Rey was questioned about Dominik and how he's been calling himself the greatest Mysterio of all time. Rey had a very cold response. Ray said that since Dominik doesn't wear a mask in the ring, he doesn't deserve to hold the Mysterio name, which was no doubt an intense response from Ray to strip his son of the Mysterio name. But if you've seen the full story of Ray and Dominik unfold over the last few years, you can say that Ray is fully justified in making those remarks. Not only was it a strong response to what Dominik has been saying about himself, it also appears to potentially leave the door open and hint at the idea of Dominik maybe one day wearing a mask full-time to the ring in order for him to really earn the respect of his family in the proper way. Dominik continues to flirt with the idea of wearing a mask to the ring. He'll wear one as a part of his entrance or wear it when he's cheating in a match with a full metal plate in the mask. But he's yet to wear a Mysterio mask from start to finish in a match. And Ray has said time and time again that his big pitch for his own retirement match is to face Dominik in a match where the mask is on the line. So if the match does happen down the line and Dominik wins the match, it definitely looks like Dominik can win back Ray and his family's respect over time. Dominik's redemption arc is going to be a tough one, considering all the horrific things he's done to his family. But if they find a way to redeem him and get that mask on Dominik in an honorable way, it would be the perfect storybook ending to Ray and Dominik's story. There's a new theory circulating for when it comes to a new potential member for the Vision, and this member in question is LA Knight. Although his popularity has been skyrocketing in recent years, LA Knight has never been able to take the next step and reach the next level because of all the obstacles that have been in his way. A few years back, during his initial rise in WWE, LA Knight had to try and battle against the Prime version of the Bloodline. If LA Knight wanted to obtain World Championship gold, he had to go through arguably the greatest faction of all time, in the middle of the peak era. So of course, it was a tough challenge and Knight was unsuccessful. And now in current day, LA Knight came over to Raw to try and capture the World Heavyweight title, but his obstacle is once again another big faction, the Vision. So LA Knight really can't catch a break. Every time he tried making a run for world title gold, a nearly impossible obstacle course is thrown in front of him. And now we see LA Knight is even having some issues with Jey Uso and that whole gray area there. Which has fans thinking, what if LA Knight snaps and reaches his breaking point? He realizes that if he can't beat them, join them. He realizes that trying to fight off the Vision, while also having trust issues with your allies, is just way too stressful and impossible to win in that situation. So he realizes that his best bet is to stand by Seth's side, while also learning from Paul Heyman's advice as well. LA Knight sells out simply because his life in WWE has been hell over the last few years. So after years of trying to grind things out and do the things the right way, he gives in and decides to do things the easy way by helping Seth Rollins. That's a theory that's floating around right now, and it does fit into how Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman like to do business. Every big move Seth and Heyman has made for the Vision in recent months has been very sneaky and very on the down low. So if Seth and Heyman are able to convert a big rival like LA Knight into a Vision member, that'll definitely serve as another big surprise. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.